Hi, welcome to Jackie Burns Creations. Our DIYs today are reversible DIYs. Host is Lisa from our Gray House, and our other participant is Sun from Sun Arts. I love reversible DIYs. I've done them before, and they're just so handy. You just don't have so many projects around, and you can just flip things over when you need to. Now, I had this glass jar, and I lost my footage. I accidentally erased it when I was trying to find storage. And I took the glass jar and I took paint uh, and I mixed them together, and it gives me the texture, like a rougher texture. Then I made the molds out of foam clay with IOD molds, the Christmas tree and the pumpkin. That's some new ones they just came out with this fall. And then I let the molds dry a little bit and I glued them onto the vase. And then I painted the vase all a pearlescence white. And I'm painting the foam tree and pumpkin in some green with just a little pearlescence. Then I'm taking little tiny stars and putting them on the Christmas tree. So you can reverse this planter either way you want to for Thanksgiving, Halloween, fall, and then for Christmas. And there it is for the Christmas, and you just put in whatever florals you have. And here's project number 2. This is another IOD transfers that were new this year. These little animals are so darn cute. I couldn't stand it. I just couldn't wait to make something with them. And I just loved all of them. It was hard to decide. But I picked the fox and the bear because they had similar raggedy edges around them. But I'll end up using all of them because they're great. They're supposed to be Christmassy, but I think you can use them any time of year. I had this cutting mat from Dollar Tree, and I thought, oh, that would make a good backup board for the decals, the transfers. So I just traced the inner paper and cut these out. And then I cut out, this is the seed packet ones that came out during the summer. And they're gorgeous. So many things you can do with them. And I like that they put all different sizes in there. And I will say, yes, they're very expensive, but you can get so many projects out of them. It's just amazing how many projects you can get. And I have some that maybe I've used one item and haven't really gone back to it yet. So, and they're a little sticky on the other side, so don't touch them to anything but what you want to put them on, or they'll stick. And they give you this clear stick to help you rub them down. I really like it. It's a nice heavy plastic, where other transfers give you kind of a thinner wood one. You can see as I rub, it starts lifting up, and as you keep lifting and rubbing, it's called riding the wave, and it's almost like you can just kind of pull it up from there. And of course on the mats it really went down nice and smooth. You take the carrier sheet and just do a little burnishing, make sure everything's down. There I'm doing the fox. Look at that, just even on the mats, they look great. So these I got from the the Habitat Restore, and they were $1 a piece, and I saw they were IKEA. They're not the greatest of frames, but they were a good size for what I wanted. So what I'm doing is taking some sweet pickins, and I have some sweet potato, I think it is. It's kind of an orangish color, and what you do is you add equal amounts of powder to equal amounts of warm water, not hot, warm, and you mix it up and you let it sit for a little bit, maybe about a minute. It thickens up a little bit. I didn't let it sit so long. And then go ahead and paint it on and dry between layers. And then I put on a second layer, didn't show you that. And now I'm doing a little sanding right on the corners, the edges. And a lot of times when you use your heat on the sweet pickins, it'll crackle it. And it did crackle it, but you probably can't see it from there. So now I'm taking some white wax, some the white wax to put down first, and then the black wax, because if you put the black wax down, it soaks into the paint so much. And it's a DIY wax. And the black wax you can control much better if you put the clear wax down first. Now I'm putting the other transfers on. And I just put them down on the sheets that came with the picture frame. They're just on paper sheets. Oh, those pieces of plastic, they're pretty dirty, so I gotta give them a spray and give them a good wipe down. Sometimes I see people just put the glass back in the frames, and I think, oh, you're going to have spots, because they always do. Isn't that cute? They're easy to get in and out. See how the coloring with the dark wax came out and gave you a nice kind of brown that I thought matched the colors in the picture really well. And I think even with the fruit packets it matches well. And these have a stand on the back, but it wasn't very good. Project number 3. This is a longer video than I've ever had before, but it was fun. I got these at an estate sale, these soup cups, and I kept thinking what to do with them. And then I saw something on Pinterest that gave me the idea. So I'm taking and mixing a little bit of orange paint with a little bit of red to make it a little darker. And this is some of the video that I had erased. I had painted them with a decoupage medium first to make it so the paint will stick, won't crack and flake off. So then I added a little bit of the salt wash that I used before on the glass thing, the glass vase. And you can use baking powder. I just really like salt wash. It goes a long way. And I'm mixing it in with the rest of my paint. Because with the decoupage, it had given it a few little bumps here and there, and it looked kind of sloppy. So I thought, well, I'll texture it, and then it'll look good. And it did. It looked much better. I hate it when something doesn't turn out, but I always figure out there's a way to fix it. Now I glued them all together, and I'm painted the handles all black. Now I'm painting the faces. And I took the black paint and I add a little acrylic medium to give it a nice creamy smooth texture. Makes your paint go farther. It doesn't dry up so quick, and it just gives you a nice texture when you're painting detail. Most things I go through and clip real quick, but I did leave this in so you could see me paint all the faces. Adding a little more of that. And since I didn't get to carve a pumpkin this year, I might as well make my own jack-o'-lanterns. It's funny how the eyebrows that can make them have a totally different look on their faces. Can make them look angry, or can make them look surprised, or make them look sad. I love doing the eyebrows. Just touching up a little bit on the handles. Now I'm putting on some decoupage paper. I think I got this from Jamie Ray Vintage. I think this is one of their fall ones. If not, I'm sorry, whoever I got it from. I get paper from so many people. So I did a little Thanksgiving on the other side because I don't do too much for Thanksgiving. And the little white spots you see is just decoupaged over it. Just did a medium right over the top of it. And I put a few highlights on the faces. You could put any kind of decoration up there you want to. You could put a pumpkin or a turkey or whatever you want. Okay, project number 4. I got this from my friend Bree, who's got a channel on YouTube. She thrifts things, and she's got a shop. She sells DIY paint, and she's really awesome. She lives in, well, right now she's living in Missouri. Before she's lived in Topeka, Kansas. And what she does is she finds old wood and she makes like cutting boards out of them. So I think these were old fence boards. And of course they're meant to be decorative. They're not meant to be used. But I'm just giving them a little dry brush of white over the top of them. I didn't want to lose that chippy, worn goodness. I like it. I like the worn, chippy look. I like the rustic look, the rough look. It's very cottage core, granny chic to me. Now here's one of their Christmas transfers. And I just fell in love with this Christmas tree. I thought it was so pretty. I tried to take these words and put them on there. And it's so funny because the tree went on just smooth, but I could not get these words to go on. Usually if you can't get a transfer to go on, it's your surfaces. It's what you're transferring it to. It's not the transfer's fault. It's the surface's fault. And I don't know if it was just too rough or too dusty or anything. I wiped it down before I started. Like I say, the big one went down just fine, but the letters were not going down. I got a few here and there, but oh my goodness. I struggled with that for longer than almost anything. And I even have 2 of these transfer books, and I tried it in the other book too, and I gave it a spray of acrylic spray where it was, thinking, well, okay, it'll work. I can put this over. The second one didn't work either. And watch the bow. The bow goes down wonderful. So I just gave up on the words. You can't see them real great on there anyway. The struggles are real, folks. And I think it's good that we show you struggles, that things don't always work out for us. Like I say, though, we try to find a way to fix it. Here's a few projects I think I've just kind of given up on, but not many. I saw a couple little spots, laid it back down and rubbed them, and it worked out just fine. And this is a rough surface, very rough surface. Now here's another paper I got, and I can't remember who I got it from. I get a lot of paper, like Scrappy Rustics, and The Painted Photographer, and Bloom. And I just recently got some from Robin's Song. Oh, and Jamie Ray Vintage. So I get a lot of papers all over the place. I just love decoupage papers. I'm just in love with them, especially when they have an old look. I've seen some with modern looks. If that's your thing, check them out. And I like to go in just little pieces, because I learned a long time ago that if, like, I covered the whole surface and slap it down, I've always got air bubbles and wrinkles. So if I go in little strips, it works out much better. And of course, the heavier paper works out better too. Now I'm going over the top of it with the, I'm using Aleene's decoupage medium. They're all fine. Mod Podge, DIY, Liquid Patina. They're all great. Deco Arts. Some are thicker. This one's a thicker one. And some are thinner. And you kind of know when you got a thicker paper, you need a little thicker medium. Yeah, I'm just giving it the good old sand zip to get the edges off. And here's everything finished. There's the Thanksgiving side and the animals pictures. So sweet. And like I said, I plan on doing plenty more because they're just adorable. And next I'm going to be using the fairy ones. Oh, cute, cute, cute. And there it is reversed with the fruit and the pumpkins. Aren't they silly looking? I think the handles make it look like they've got ears. And I know I've got some more of those soup bowls, so I've got to decide what else to do. These seed packets are just gorgeous. And of all the IOD products, the transfers are my favorites. But I really like the paint inlays too. I'm going to have to do one of those before the season's up. And here we are with the board. I ended up putting some twine on it and a tassel and a big bell. And I put some greenery in for the tree. Look how pretty that is. Anything old. So when I do estate sale finds, I just look for the old. And there it is with the pumpkin. And the reverse side. Those little birds are sweet. And the tassel flipped around to that side. So I just like things that you can leave out almost all year long. And you know what? Thanks for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit that button. I'm almost to 3,000. We'll see you again real soon. Bye.